more cheese, more ginger, pepper coming right up. Hi guys, oh my gosh, so let me give you guys a little life update. So I moved to Milan like 3 weeks ago. Damn, 3 weeks ago. And 3 weeks ago, maybe 2, I don't know. Anyways, and it's been a roller coaster, and I am just so happy that I'm here. I am adapting, I would say. The Italian language is, I wouldn't say difficult, but the Italians are speaking it too fast that I'm not even hearing a word. Anyways, in as much as I know like basic greetings and whatnot, it's very difficult when you're speaking very fast, and I'm still learning and all of that. But let me take a minute to whine. Guys, where can I find like good lotion? Please push no laugh, because when I came, right, I came with only Vaseline and all the others. I did not come with like lotion as in, oh yeah, let me rub my face. And of recent, I just feel like my face is always white. In as much as I look at my face 10 times a day because I want to make sure that I'm not looking white. I want to look presentable and all of that, but my face looks white. I'm rubbing the oil, rubbing Vaseline, and it's still looking white. I don't understand. But I'm still looking for good lotion. So please, if you know where I can get good lotion for my face and my body, I don't want to be white. It's winter. Please let me know. And okay, so let's get into the real like things for this video. So in my last video, a lot of you guys were asking about like, how did I get the scholarship, how did I have admissions, how did I move to Milan. And so in this video, I'm going to be answering all your questions, giving you all the gist, the tea. So pause this video, go and look for your tea, because in short, you will need it. This video today, you will need it. Anyways, the tea is hot, that's why I cannot drink yet. So let's get into today's video. Let me not reintroduce myself, but let me reintroduce myself. So my name is Trifina, 22 years old, and I recently just had my bachelor's degree in August. Yes. So apparently it's difficult for you to do your bachelor's degree in Cameroon and that same year move abroad and do your master's degree. Let me explain why I say that. So I had my degree, as in my completion of studies, right, in August, and my bachelor program, my master's program, sorry, starts in September. So that's why I say it's a little bit difficult, but let me give you guys a lot of backstory for people to understand what's happening. 1 second. Guys, this fruit infused tea is giving. Okay, where do I start? Okay, in my 3rd year, yes, at UB, I knew I wanted to go and do my master's degree. That there was no doubt about that. I knew that, but I didn't want to do my master's degree in Cameroon. So towards the last semester, I was doing a lot of research about different schools in different countries, different scholarship programs. And in September, I started my internship for my last year. And while doing my internship, I had a friend help me, compile my documents. We're looking at different schools, I was originally looking at schools in the US. So I was looking at the University of Lincoln, Nebraska, and Pace University. But guys, the school fees is crazy. Like, if you're an international student and your parents have that money to pay, and then you go and you play, God will punish you, because you don't do that. That money is too much for you to go out there and not take this thing serious. So in as much as I think I applied, I got in, but since I have not finished my degree program, they cannot offer me a scholarship. So I was like, okay, no problem. In January, I applied to the University of Liverpool. There was no application fee or anything that, so I applied and I got in with a conditional offer that by the 31st of July I should have finished my bachelor's degree with a certain GPA. So at that point in time now, I was really hoping that, you know, I could meet up with that, because with that one there was some sort of sure scholarship attached to the program. But then again, it was too expensive. The school fees alone for 2 years, it's like 30 million francs CFA. Who has 30 million francs CFA? Like, what the hell? And it was just a lot. So I was, you know, discussing it with my father. I think this was like maybe ending January, like that. And my father now spoke with his friend, and then his friend was like, she should search in Italy. Italy has good schools, and the school fees is not too expensive. So when he spoke like that, I now started looking at Italy in particular, and I was also looking at Germany, but I'll get into the situation with Germany later. So I now started gathering all my documents. That I already had my documents, right, but I needed to gather the ones that are specific to the school that I wanted to apply. So I think this was in February. My very, very good friend Usmanu and we actually applied for the scholarship for the school, and you know, I think the documents that you needed, you know, your transcript, English proficiency. I had to put certificate of school certificate, not school certificate, how do they call this thing, school attendance. Yes, my CV. I did not include a recommendation letter. I think there's just 3 documents: my CV, letter of motivation, school attendance, my transcript. And I included that and I submitted. I think for Politecnico di Milano, the application fee is 50 euros. Yes, so I now applied, and this application period was like the longest. I applied like in February, and I finally got word about my admission in like May. Yes, May. So while waiting for that, I was looking for other options. So I now applied for 2 schools in Germany. But the issue with Germany was I needed to have finished my bachelor degree at the time of application, and obviously I didn't have that. So that they refused my application, and guys, it was painful. You know, when you apply for something all your heart and then they reject the application, it pains. It touches my car. Anyways, so while waiting for, you know, Politecnico di Milano to respond, I was that time I was doing my project, so I was trying to concentrate on that, to try to have, you know, arrange my GPA and all of that. So while applying for that, I was obviously looking at different scholarships, and my friend Usmanu, he's the real OG, guys. You guys, everybody needs a friend like Usmanu. So Usmanu now found this scholarship, and he was like, we should apply. I was like, yes, Usmanu, we should apply. But guys, procrastination is a bitch. I kept on procrastinating, and I think by the time we were applying for the scholarship, I had already had admissions. It was a few days after I already had admission. So I had my admission, I think, first week of May, and the deadline for the scholarship was like 9th June, something like that. And the procrastinator in me was working. Can you guys imagine that I applied for this scholarship like 7th of June, a few days to when they were about to close the portal? And what did I do to apply for the scholarship? I used my transcript. By that time, I had 7 semesters worth of transcript information, so I did that, my CV, and since I had my admissions letter from Politecnico di Milano, I included my admissions letter and English proficiency. Yes, I included that. I think those were the 4 documents. So when I included that, I submitted. Went about my daily activities, struggling with defense, and this was like first week of July, and I opened my email on a Tuesday. I can still remember that day. It was on a Tuesday. I opened my email, and then now I received an email from the embassy telling me that I needed to come to Yaoundé for an interview. And I was like, wait, what did I apply for that needs me to get an interview? Because when I read the call for the scholarship, there was nothing about interview. So I knew that, you submit, they get back to you whether they've given you a scholarship or not, and that was it. 1 second. So I didn't think that they would need to be a scholar, like an interview. And please tell me why they were talking about like projects, and you come and you talk about a project. I called my father. He did not pick. That day I called that man like 50 times. So I now called him and I was not asking Dad, I'm not sure what to do, because which project are they talking about? Should I talk about the project I'm presently working on for my bachelor degree? What should I talk about? So my father told me that, okay, I should just prepare. If they ask me questions concerning my project in school, I should talk about it. If not, I should just prepare. So this was like Tuesday, and I needed to confirm I'll be there for the interview by Wednesday the next day. So I now called Usmanu, and I asked Usmanu that did he receive an email. He told me that no. So I now explained to him that okay, I've received an email. He was like, why are you even wasting time? Confirm the email and we will prepare for the interview. When I say everybody needs a friend like Usmanu, everybody literally needs a friend like Usmanu. So I think that Tuesday or it was Wednesday, we met in school. We just spoke about it. He was giving me tips and all of that. And then now my interview was on Friday. So on Thursday I was in the lab. I was watching videos on like different scholarship interview questions that I would need to know. So on Thursday I packed my bags and I went to Yaoundé, the embassy in Yaoundé. So when I was now in Yaoundé, Joe, my beloved Joe literally is Joe is really the best, yeah. So Joe now took me because I was too afraid to go alone. So now Joe took me now for the interview, and he waited till I had finished the interview, and then we went home. So when we reached there, I just needed to bring my ID card for identification. So the interview was at 11 o'clock. We were there by like 10:30, 10:45. We waited, and then they called us in to just come and sit and wait. And then now they were like 10 to 15 other people there, and they will call us one by one to go in and take our interview. So I was sitting there. I was a mess. I was nervous. I was afraid. Everything was doing me, guys. Everything possibly in this life was doing me. So I was just praying in my heart that if it's meant to be, it will be. If this thing is my team, it is my team. So I went in there, and like the people that were coming out, they were always talking about like, make sure you have your project ready, make sure you have your project ready. And I'm sitting there like, which project? in as much as I have my bachelor project, but that is just, anyway, I was like, anyway, let me go in there. So I went in there, I waited, and I walked into the room, and there were 3 people at the interview desk. There was a black lady and then 2 Italians. And at that point in time, I did not realize that I was speaking with the ambassador himself. I don't know how my brain was reasoning out, because I didn't realize that the ambassador himself would be present for the interview. So I walked into the room and they asked me my name, my very sweet name ringing like bells, and I gave my name. And now the lady now was like, Atanga, are you a francophone? I told her no. She said, where am I from? I told her I'm from the Northwest region. She was like, she was shocked that Northwesterners actually answer Atanga. And I was like, yeah. So she just asked me my age, how am I doing? It was a very relaxed interview. Asked me how am I doing. I was like, I'm doing fine. And then she asked me, do I speak French? I was like, no. She said, why? I said, I've done all my education in English, so French obviously is a little bit difficult for me to grasp. She was like, okay, no problem, your interview will be in English, you don't have to worry about it. So I was like, one thing off my shoulders. And yeah, so I think the first question that I was asked was, why Italy and what am I reading? So I gave them the whole story of, looking at other options, and Italy was definitely not my first option. And that I got admission to Politecnico di Milano, and the fact and that I'm reading telecommunication engineering. That's what I want to go and read. And then now we started talking about telecom things. Like, the man was saying that, yeah, I realized that in Cameroon it is so expensive, for internet and all of that. And I was telling him that, yes, like, why is it so expensive? Because presently as a student, I think that time I was doing my research, I was using like 20k for data every month. It was terrible. Obviously you need the one for your project, then you need the one to browse and feel free and all of that. So he was telling me that, yeah, it is quite expensive, because in Italy the phone bill is like, if you want to be too expensive, it's like 17 to 20 euros a month. So we just spoke about that. What else did he ask me? I think it was just those 2 questions, and then we just talk about general, and he was asking me, what about telecom do I like, what am I going to, what am I interested in, what am I passionate about in telecom. I spoke about that, and then that was basically the interview. I didn't make up to 10 minutes in that room. That was basically the interview. So I left. We joined. We said, let's go and Shayo. We went to, I think it's Carrefour Palace, or I don't even know how they're pronouncing it. We went there, we walked around, we saw things, and I think after that we now came home. And the next day now, that night I packed my things and went back to Boya, and that was it. So I defended all of that. I received my results, A students, and then one morning I received an email. It really broke my heart. I'm not even going to lie. I received an email that they want to see my completion of studies, like a document to prove that I have finished my studies. So I now went to UB. Oh God, what am I not seeing with UB? And the funniest thing is that at that point in time, nobody knew what I was going through, apart from like my father, my sister, and the direct people that were helping me. Nobody knew that I was seeing the shaggy of all shaggies in this life. So I now went to school, and my father had a friend, so we now went right to the faculty, to the dean. I was asking that, how can I get completion of studies? They were like, oh, you just need your transcript. So in my head I was like, okay, I just need my transcript. How soon can I get a transcript? And they were saying that maybe in a month. I was like, I don't have a month. The embassy is asking me for completion of studies. I don't have a month. So, we spoke to a whole bunch of other people and they told me that, okay, hopefully by the following Monday, transcript should be ready. I said, no problem. I went back to my house, doing what I was normally doing. That time, what was I even doing? Stressing, watching movies, and eating, and browsing. So that's what I was doing. So I now later on got a second message from the embassy that I really need to present my completion of studies. I went back again to school. This was like the 1 week after they said I should come back. I now came back now, and they were telling me that no, it's not ready. I should go and come back on so and so date. I went and came back on so and so date, right? And I was like, what's happening? They told me that, okay, to have completion of studies, you need to do your school clearance, you need to do school fees clearance, you need to do sports clearance, you need to do library clearance. I was like, where was this information the first day that I came? But I said, okay, no problem. Let me calm down. Let me go and let me get this clearance. So the first day, I came back the next day now. I went to go and do sports clearance. Tell me why that office said they'll be open at 9 o'clock and I was sitting there by 12 o'clock. Nobody was around to open. I said, no, Trifina, calm down. Calm down. And I sat there. I waited. The man finally came. He signed the sports clearance he gave me. And I went to the library. At the library now, those women too. Mom, attend to me now. No, she there cracking a goosey and gisting. And I'm like, Auntie, please. I'm under a lot of pressure. She's like, hey, don't worry me. Don't worry me. I said, anyway, since I'm begging for her help now, let me just wait. I waited. After she had made me, I sat there for like 2 hours. She now came and told me that it's like this. The person to sign the library clearance is not around. He will only be back on Tuesday. The next Tuesday. I think it was like Wednesday, Thursday. So the next Tuesday. Imagine the level of frustration I already feel. And then now, after making me to wait, she now later on told me that I should come back next week Tuesday. I said, no problem. I said, let me go and apply for receipt clearance. Guys, people are so nosy. Like, I want to apply for school fees clearance. Do you know what they told me? I need to explain why I want school fee clearance. And if the explanation is not reasonable, they will not give me school fees clearance. Maybe I'm there explaining my half-life that I need it for a scholarship and the embassy is asking for it. I'm gonna submit it. I want me to come back the next day and try to follow up on it. They said that I've not yet done it, that normally people don't apply for school fees clearance at this time. I said, what kind of bad luck is this? I can't apply for something. Do it. Which one is people don't normally apply? People don't normally apply. Me, I want to apply for this thing now. So I now went and called my uncle. He now came. As in there and there, he signed that school fees clearance and gave me. So the only thing that was remaining now was the library card, the library clearance. So since they said that the person was not on seat, we should wait till the following Tuesday. I said no problem. The following Tuesday now, that morning, I received a hot email. I think it was hot on the embassy, and they were telling me that if I cannot provide my completion of studies within 48 hours, something like that, I will be removed from the list of scholarship winners. They had already hinted to me that I actually have a space with a scholarship, but I need to provide completion of studies. So I now took that email. I think I printed that email out, and I went and gave my uncle in school. It was hot that day in school. So my uncle now went, Ishana, my father is really out here being the best and really looking out for me 24/7, because while I was trying to follow up the rest of the document, my father was in Bamena. He now called my aunt and told her that, okay, this is the issue that I'm having presently with the library clearance. My aunt now called somebody else. The person now called the director of the person that is signing the library clearance and asked her, why have I not received my library clearance? And I think it don't make up to like 30 minutes. I now received a call that I should go to the library and collect my library clearance. So I collected my library clearance now. The only thing that was remaining now was the transcript. So we went back to the transcript office and they told me that because our faculty submitted results late, my transcript will only be available in September. I have 48 hours to give completion of studies to the embassy for my scholarship, and you're telling me September? Does it even make sense? What have I not seen? So my uncle now, he now went to central administration with the email that I had printed out, right? And then he showed them. He's like, this child has a scholarship to go and study, and you guys are telling me that I should wait to September for the transcript. He told them that by the time he goes back to his office and comes back, he needs to see that transcript. So at that point in time now, I had all my school fees clearance, library clearance, school fee clearance. Now I needed a transcript. On the transcript now to do the completion of studies. So my uncle now, he had a few things to attend to in his office, so he went there, he attended to all the things, and then by the time he was coming back, guys, my transcript was ready. So now people need pressure to work. So my transcript was ready, and then now the next thing now is to get the document for completion of studies. Please tell me why the registrar was not on seat to sign it. So lucky for me, the next person that could sign it was the director of academic affairs, and he was on seat. So they went to his office. They did, I don't even know how, because I did not enter the office. My uncle told me that I should sit outside. I don't know what they did there. Within 10 minutes, my completion of studies was ready, and they came and they gave me. I was like, man, that relief. One second. That relief that you get when you have been working for something and then you finally get it. So when I now got the completion of studies, I now went and scanned it, and then I sent an email to the embassy with the document. And they were like, okay, they sent me like a confirmation email that they have received the file and whatnot. Guys, as I left school, I did not go to my house. I went to 48 Spice. I went and bought the chicken, one bottle of gin, because I cannot come and keep myself. All the stress that I've been working, this whole process took like 2 to 3 weeks just to have one document. So I just like, I just needed to relax, to enjoy. I went and bought the 48 Spice. I came back here. And I said, chop. I chop the year and my skin say, no, you don't chop. You don't try to finish. And I was just so thankful to God, because with all the trials, the tribulations, I was finally able to present that document. And I think maybe a week or so after, I don't know, I can't remember the exact date, I now received an email stating that, oh, I have gotten a scholarship. And the excitement that I felt is beyond me. It's honestly beyond me. And to this day, I'm so thankful to God, because like he even though there were so many obstacles on my way, so so many obstacles on my way. He assisted me, he helped me, he was out there looking out for me, and I finally got a scholarship. And honestly, I am so grateful for it, because anyway, Joe, I think when they reintroduce the scholarship again for the next academic year, I will definitely I will definitely talk about it on my channel. But for those who were wondering, my scholarship is the Maeci scholarship. It has a long meaning, Ministry of something. I've forgotten the name, guys, but it is an Italian government scholarship. They give it to, I think for Cameroon they took like 10 people, yes, but for other countries they're taking one person. So imagine how many people applied for the scholarship and they take one person. But to date, I am still very grateful, and the story does not end there. The story does not end there. I think I will do a part 2, because I don't want the video to be too long. I will do a part 2 for everything that happens after I got the scholarship, because the story does not end there. I say ginger upon ginger. Yeah. Anyways, I'm so happy that a lot of you guys are interested in my story, because it has not been easy. And yeah, more G's, more ginger, pepper coming right up.